Welcome back, Focus learners. Have you ever looked at your smartphone and realized it's actually a powerful, pocket-sized digital recording studio just waiting to be unlocked? Seriously. Today, we're walking through a comprehensive masterclass on how to use a screen recorder app to do exactly that. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but how can I make engaging teaching videos without all the stress? Because, let's be real, video production can feel pretty intimidating, right? But the truth is, creating high-quality content is as easy as 1, 2, 3 once you know how the right tools work. So what exactly are we talking about here? Well, a screen recorder is just a free mobile app that captures everything happening on your screen as a video, rather than recording the physical world in front of you. Think of it like having a camera pointed directly at your phone's digital display. And the best part? It can record your screen and your voice simultaneously for effortless tutorials. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for the explainer today. First, your Pocket Video Studio. Then, Setup for Success. After that, Lights, Camera, Record. Next, Polish like a pro. And finally, real-world use cases. Let's get to it.
Starting right off with Section 1, your Pocket Video Studio.
Think of me as your tour guide, showing off a brand new building. When you open up the app, you're going to see a few primary buttons. Up at the top right, you've got the gear icon for your settings. Down at the bottom, there's the Facecam bubble, the commentary microphone, and the My Recordings library. But the absolute most crucial part is right there in the center, that big red record button. This is the single most important button on the screen. It's literally where the magic starts. Moving right along to Section 2, Set Up for Success.
To guarantee a professional result, you need a very specific combination of settings, kind of like meticulously preparing a camera for a high-end photo shoot. For things like MBBS teaching materials or official presentations, you absolutely want your resolution set to 1080p Full HD. Next, lock your frame rate to a smooth 30 frames per second. And for your audio source, you want both the microphone and internal audio selected. This makes sure your students can see everything perfectly and hear both your voice and any app sounds without a hitch.
Now, here is a step you absolutely cannot skip. With Do Not Disturb turned off, random interruptions will completely ruin a perfect take. Just imagine an embarrassing text popping up right in the middle of a serious medical lecture. Yeah, no thanks. With Do Not Disturb turned on, you get a clean, professional, silent background. Always, always swipe down and hit that DND icon before you begin. And keep this crucial number in the back of your mind, 500. You need a minimum of 500 megabytes of free storage space on your phone. Why? Because a 10-minute high-definition video eats up about 200 to 400 megabytes. Oh, and double-check that your battery is above 50%, since screen recording pulls a bit more juice than just scrolling through your phone. Okay, the studio is fully set up. Let's hit Section 3, Lights, Camera, Record. Let's walk through the exact sequence to actually start recording. First, open the app and just do a quick verification of those settings we just talked about. Second, tap that big red button. Third, wait for the 3, 2, 1 countdown. And fourth, immediately switch over to your target app or document. A quick pro tip for you here. Once you switch, move slowly. Pause briefly between your actions so your viewers can easily follow along with what you're doing. If you're using the commentary feature, which, let's be honest, you absolutely should for tutorials, you need to understand why selecting both audio is the way to go. Internal audio only captures zero voice, just the phone's internal blips and bloops. But both audio grabs the app sounds and your voice for complete tutorial experience. Just remember to speak in a quiet room and hold the phone about 20 to 30 centimeters from your face. That's the sweet spot for the clearest sound. You know what really takes a tutorial to the next level, though? The face cam. By adding a small bubble of your face to the screen, you build a genuine personal connection with your students. It makes heavy medical lectures or procedural demos feel so much more human and engaging. You just activate it, grant the camera permission, and then drag that little bubble down to the bottom right corner so it's completely out of the way of your main content. All right, once you've finished delivering your brilliant explanation, ending the recording is a breeze. First, find that small floating icon on the edge of your screen. Second, tap the square STOP button. And third, just look for the recording saved notification. Just like that, the app neatly drops the video straight into your video library. Moving right into Section 4, Polish like a pro. I really want to reassure you right now, you do not need some complicated, expensive external software to make your video look incredible. The built-in editing tools are absolutely fantastic.
You can trim to cut out unwanted parts. You can add text for titles and labels, which is perfect for highlighting step numbers or tricky clinical terms. You can adjust speed. You can even add background music. Just, remember to keep the music volume at around 20 to 30% so it doesn't drown out your teaching.
Now, the real game changer here is the trimming process. I'd argue this is the single most important editing skill you can learn, because it lets you slice out those awkward pauses or fumbles at the very beginning and end of your video. Step 1, tap the scissors trim icon. Step 2, drag the left handle to set your brand new start point. Step 3, drag the right handle to set the end point. And step 4, always save it as a new file so you don't accidentally overwrite your original take. You can also strategically adjust the video speed to keep your viewer completely locked in. If you're demonstrating a really complex clinical procedure, drop that speed down to 0.5x so students can see exactly what your hands are doing. Standard lecture delivery, keep that at 1.0x. But say you hit a really long loading screen during a software demo. Just bump that speed up to 2.0x, skip the boring wait, and keep the video moving. But wait, before you close the app, I've got to give you a vital warning. As the saying goes, until you export, your edits are not saved as a final video. You absolutely must hit that export button. Now, choosing 1080p might take your phone a few minutes to process, but trust me, getting that crystal clear professional quality is absolutely worth the wait.
And finally, Section 5, Real-World Use Cases.
Now that we know the app inside and out, let's look at how incredibly versatile this Pocket Studio is for our friends at IMSR. Doing NAB training, using the face cam adds instant authority and trust. If you're running PG research software demos, throwing that 2x speed setting on long software loads keeps the whole workshop energized. And if you're teaching younger students, recording at 720p with massive text overlays makes things like math equations or grammar rules super easy to digest. Oh, and here's a super quick but highly practical tip on file management. Before you go sharing your hard work via Google Drive or WhatsApp, always rename your files. Sending a file named nabh_patientsafety.mp4 is infinitely more professional and way easier to search for than sending some default file named screen recording, followed by a million random numbers. It literally takes 2 seconds, but it makes a huge difference. To put all of this together, we've got an actionable 7-day practice plan to take you from novice to pro in just 1 week. Day 1, just do your very first 1 to 2 minute test recording. Keep it simple. By day 4, you're going to edit your first video by trimming the ends and slapping on some text. And by day 7, you will review your work and create your second highly polished video. You can absolutely do this. Which brings us to the final question. What will your very first screen recording tutorial actually be about? Is it going to be a software demo, a medical procedure, or maybe just a quick lesson for your students? Look, don't wait for the perfect moment. Pick up your phone right now, open that app, and confidently hit that big red button. The world is waiting to learn from you. I'll see you in the next explainer.